Yeah, like all this stuff that's not visuals, like if you have het males and whatnot, you know what I mean? Just stuff that you have no use for it, right?
Yeah, so anything sort of under £300 just goes to, I own a reptile and aquatic shop. So I supply my reptile and aquatic shop, with all the cheaper stuff, what sells fantastically well, and some of the nicer stuff, like pied het lavenders and dreamsicles and stuff like that. But the lower end stuff goes to my reptile shop. The higher end stuff, and when I say higher end, I mean anything from super high end to about £300 or £400. I'm getting to the point where soon anything under say £400, what's about $500 isn't worth me selling through Urban Constrictors, because I want to spend time with my customers. I don't just want to sell them a snake and never speak to them again. So I have to analyze how much my time is worth. And I know your friend Socrates said, if I give you my time, I'm giving you something very, very, precious. And I so related to what he was saying. I can give you nothing more important than my own time.
Well, I mean, it's like, for instance, you could always sell a holdback because you could either make that back or, make that money back somehow. But when you give up time, you can't get that time back. Time is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no getting time back. That's why time's the most valuable thing, and I think about that. I kind of like beat myself up a little bit because, I already get about on an average like 5-6 hours of sleep. Like that's just the way I work, But now and then, midday or something, I like to just fucking relax. Like I'm kind of like a midday chiller, you know what I mean? Because I wake up so early. But even then, I don't like, something in me telling you need to get moving. Like there's no way you could just be sitting here, laying here longer than 30, 45 minutes because damn well there's something else you could be doing. And there's a list of things. Like that's why I love what I do, is I can always keep myself busy. Like there's always an agenda when keeping this many animals. And I just prioritize everything. You know what I mean? So even when I clear the top priority list, there's still a chunk of shit at the bottom. You know what I mean?
There's always something to do.
But that kind of shit excites me. And it's not like working at a fucking warehouse or I'm working fucking, some shit job. Like this is, like I always try to love what I do. Like, that saying, love what you do, and I love sales. Like sales was fun because I wrote my own paycheck, right? But when I had to take care of people, like when I say take care of people, like manage them, make a schedule for them, make sure they come to work, make sure they fucking want to come make money. That's when I kind of crashed. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, like at the end of the day, like my passion is like genuine to where I could share that passion with you. But if you give me nothing in return, I kind of give up. I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna share this raw energy that anyone could feed off of and just fucking just, like. And my thing was, back in the day when I did sell, there were people who liked me because how much sales I was doing. Like there was no cap. Like I was Mr. Number One sales, making a lot of money, and there was some that hated me, don't get me wrong, but the few that wanted to make what I wanted to make were the ones I vested in. Those are the ones I really fucking kind of latched onto. And it's kind of like this with the ball pythons and stuff. You have people that kind of get with what you're doing, and even with what they're doing motivates you, and it kind of goes back and forth. Can you relate to that at all?
Yeah, completely. And I know me and you talked about me doing Patreon and mentoring people. And since then, I had a lot of, after the podcast, I had a lot of people reach out and say, would you consider mentoring me? And I was going to do Patreon. I set up an account and everything, and I just can't find the time to do it. But more recently, I've had, some good customers come forward. So what I did is I said, right, anyone who spends 10,000 or more with me in one season gets my mentorship free of charge. And, I'm not going to name names because then it shows how much they've spent, but certain people have got my mentorship, and watching them develop makes me so proud because, I'm so grateful for what I do. I love my job so much, and I make a lot of money. So when I see, these young bucks, and some of them are older than me, but these newcomers to the industry getting in, and I'm not saying they're getting in for capital gain and stuff like that, but they're getting in it because they want a better lifestyle. They want to do this full time. They want to breed amazing snakes and, do stuff like what we're doing right now. And when I see it happening, it's like, yeah, I helped them, and they've helped me. They've helped me do what I love. So they've invested in me, and in return, I'm investing right back into them. And watching them coming up through ranks and getting noticed, oh, it makes me. It's like a proud father, you know. It's like that. But some of them are older than me, you know. I absolutely love it. I love it. I'm so blessed to be able to do this full time. And that's why I have no problems talking about money, talking about making money, because people say like, "Oh, you shouldn't talk about that." But fuck that, of course you can talk about it. You know, I'm not here to break even. I'm not here to run myself into ground. I'm here to make a happy life for me and my family, and to do what I absolutely love.
Consistently.
That's why. Yeah, and consistency is the key, and that's why people come here and they beg me for a certain snake and offer me so much more money, but I said no, because that was the goal of that clutch, and that's my holdback to secure me doing this long term. So it's like that snake he used on the picture. I've been offered 12 grand for her, and I won't sell her. Actually, no, that's a lie. I was offered 10 grand. Yeah, she's just ridiculous.
Just a fire. It's a fire clown. What?
It's a super orange dream, fire, yellow belly, leopard, clown, 66% post-het pied. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, MJ, and the crazy thing is I can hatch that exact combo in a couple of weeks, but clown pied, because they're incubating. So if you see me putting a picture up, I'll try and mimic it, even the way the snake lays, exactly the same, but with visual pied in there as well. It's amazing. But no, someone offered me 10 grand for that snake. And then when we was at a show, what the show is tomorrow, ironically, someone said, what number would you actually think about? And I said, do you know what? I said, if someone offered me 12 grand, I'd think about it. And then driving home from the show, I thought, I wouldn't sell it. I just wouldn't, because I'm not penniless, so I don't need to sell it. And, that snake is a female, so it'll spend probably 10 years in my collection. And that's why I take care of my snakes in such a high way, because they take care of me.
I mean, not only that, the true value to where, it's really ridiculous what kind of number you should technically price this snake for it to be worth you releasing and not working into. Everything you work into, everything you do is for the next level up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just by giving that snake away, we'll literally keep what it is for that snake down, probably a couple years or whatnot. But either way, probably not because you're making more, but still. That being said, so if you plan on making more of these type of snakes, right? How do you feel is that going to do with the market year after year? Like, do you feel like, are you going to produce enough where the price will be able to go down ostensibly more, or how's that going to work?
Well, the price is always going to fall. I've seen a slight incline in chocolate clown prices and stuff like that this year. I actually sold chocolate clowns this year considerably more than last year. I'll be totally honest, they went up in value and I sold out of them. And I produced quite a few chocolate clowns, even chocolate het clowns, so as the seasons go on, more and more amazing snakes like that will be produced across the whole world. So naturally the prices will fall, but I'm not repeating the pairing to make that exact snake, because if I repeat the pairing and make it and have no plans to keep it, all I'm doing is arming someone with that power. Selling high-end snakes is fantastic, but you've also got to consider that everybody is, in one way or another, your competitor. I don't look at it like that, and trust me, I sell a lot of high-end snakes, and I'm happy to see what people do with them. But I would never just repeat pairings for just money, for instance, because you're arming someone, with that amazing snake. So, you've got to take that into consideration. I'm not just in Cabelka, so I'm not in a league of my own where I don't have to consider anybody else. But that's not to say I don't sell some amazing stuff. But yeah, prices will naturally fall. They have to do.
Thank you for watching this week's Trap Talk clip. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. And if you're looking for exclusive, non-release content here on YouTube, you're going to want to go down to the link and join the Trap Talk Patreon family. Once you become a part of the Patreon family, you get a link to the Discord, and then you also get tapped into all unreleased content. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I'll catch you guys here next week. Cheers!